Buenos dias, amigos. So, today's day 3. My legs are fairly stiff this morning after the 37 kilometers yesterday, some which were unintended as I went slightly off route, but made it to my destination, which I was really pleased about. So I'd like to walk along the coastal path today, Santander. I did mention yesterday that I may well take some public transport at some point because I don't know if my legs are going to hold up to it. But I'm going to do a little test walk to the supermarket to pick up a few things I want on my walk today. And that, I guess, will tell me how capable my legs are of making the distance. So I will update you with that once I know. So I'm off to have some breakfast now. It's about 8:30, and then we'll get packed up, check out, go off to the supermarket and make the decision about which route I'm going to take, whether I'm going to curtail it, shorten it, to get to Mogro this evening, which is my destination for today. So speak to you later. Bye-bye. Here I am outside Costa Mexicana, where there's actually a thing on the 3rd floor, but for some reason it was 6 flights of stairs up, which wasn't so great to find out when I just finished my 30 kilometres yesterday. I started walking up the steps thinking it was only 3 flights, but for some reason it was 6. But anyway, there we go. Just about to head off to the supermarket now, get some supplies to stay, and then decide where I'm going to walk. I'm still quite tempted to go all around the coast, so we'll see. Out on the front, see the gorgeous bay this morning. There's the boat going off to Samoa again. Absolutely gorgeous morning. Just need the sun cream. Interesting facts about the Palacio de la Magdalena. Years ago when I visited there, they used to have a little zoo inside with polar bears and penguins. I'm guessing that doesn't really happen these days. I'm not going down there to find out whether they're still there. I know last time I visited in 2022, all the animals had gone from that area. But that used to be an attraction on the outskirts of the palace in the gardens. So the area we're coming up to now is probably the most affluent part of Santander, where the Grand Casino is and some of the most exclusive hotels, the ones which I'm not staying in. But I don't really need luxury for this trip. So I just spotted it there sticking out the water, the Camel Rock, which gives the beach its name. You can see its head and its hump. I can't really zoom in any more than that, but I expect you can see it there in the water anyway. Probably eroded a bit in the last 25 years, but still looks like a camel. So as I come around this corner, I can see the Cabo, the Faro, the lighthouse, which I could see from long distance away over the bay yesterday. Getting closer, I'll be walking nearer to that later this afternoon. And here's the Santander beach. Lots of surfers in the water again this morning. There's the famous golf course over there, where Semi Ballesteros played. So it's not the Jardines de Pereira, that's the ones down at the front. I was getting confused with where I got off the little boat yesterday. So this is the Jardines de Guillo. I should remember, really. There we go. And while I stand here, I'm looking at the end of Avenida de los Castros, which is the road which leads up to the university and where I used to live. So I can see a little bar coming up here. I'm not sure if it's open. Till's outside, yes. So I think I am going to go in and have a coffee, take the weight off my feet for a few minutes. Un café con leche. If you can see that, I'm not sure if you can. And a 10-minute rest before getting back on the Camino towards the coast. Faded sign of years gone by. The old Universidad de Cantabria badge. And all of these buildings look, if not brand new, within the last 10 years. None of this was here 25 years ago. This is a very familiar building. Some scaffolding at the top, but other than that, it hasn't changed too much. Pabellón del Gobierno, where I remember standing for several hours to register my student residency in October 1997 when I arrived here. So all my official paperwork was done. I remember waiting for hours, it took so long. And across the road there, buildings where I used to live, up those steps. And this area was all just wasteland to the side of the football pitch. So they built on every last bit of that, really. And they're still building. You can see the cranes there. That was literally just a wilderness that you walked across. Oh, I can see McDonald's there in the distance too. So, how things change. Makes me wonder how many English students there are there today who are studying from a British university and will end up coming back in 25 years to retrace their steps. Though obviously Erasmus won't be a thing these days with all the changes to the EU, which is a shame. But I believe courses still allow you to study abroad, so there must be still be some British students studying there now. I'm lucky enough to have an experience in this amazing city. It's been really nice reliving some moments walking through the city, where I spent my time, but actually I'm really looking forward to getting out into the countryside again now, away from this very busy road, and back to some views of the coast and sights and smells of the countryside. I guess as the city creeps its way out, this is the kind of land that is getting bought up, ripe for development. It's a little bit sad. These people have obviously managed to hang on to their allotments here. I wonder if it will just keep growing. I guess, like most places, it will. I've had enough of walking across this main road, along this main road now. I'm coming down off onto the smaller one that leads to the Monte and Lamlaruca beach, which again might be slightly longer, but I just want to walk a quieter route now. Basic lunch, but not to be underestimated. I've forgotten how good tuna tastes from here. This is actually from Santander, bought in the supermarket in Santander this morning, so only a few miles away where I was just a couple of days ago. Very tasty. I'm not sure if you can see what I'm sat on here as well.
This is actually my rain poncho. I do have a proper raincoat in my backpack, as well as a backpack cover, but actually this poncho has been really useful if you just want to put on something really quickly, especially when it's warm. It covers your backpack as well, and I'm sitting on it now for lunch, which I know there are benches here, but I quite like just sitting on the ground and being able to put my backpack down there. So recommend bringing a poncho with you. It's really useful to sit on if there isn't anywhere else to sit, or if the ground's actually wet, which it is slightly damp today too, especially if you're out in the middle of the countryside somewhere. Poncho is ideal. One area I actually bypassed slightly when I was walking down here was La Albaricia, which again used to be a kind of area of wasteland really, but I have a little story to tell about that, which was years ago when I was living here. I was sat in a bar in Santander having a coffee, I think it was, and got chatting to this couple who were there, and they were telling me about their son and how their son wanted to learn to speak English. And so we chatted for a bit, and then they suggested that that I could give him some English lessons. And I was a student at the time, thought it would be a good idea. And instead of getting paid for it, in return, they were going to give me some horse riding lessons. So I ended up, for a few months, I think it was, riding up on my bike from where I lived on Avenida Los Castros over to La Albaricia, to visit this little boy, to talk to him in English, try and teach him some English. And then once my lesson had finished, I would go on the horse and have some horse riding lessons. Anyway, I've just about finished lunch now, so I'm going to head up to a bar which I can see just up there behind me, because I've just run out of water. Looks like it might be open, so I really need to get some water. Really annoyingly, as we're out of season, this bar doesn't look like it's open at all. Maybe just at weekends, or I don't know. Behind me in the distance, we're heading towards the main bit of coast ahead. I shan't be running like the lady in front of me. That this part is exactly as I remember, just really lovely and peaceful. Hasn't been developed at all by the looks of it. Horses in the fields. I guess it's probably busier in the summer because tourists would still be heading down to these lovely little beaches here, but at this time of year it's very peaceful and it's very quiet, and just how I remember it. So let's just hope the development of Santander never reaches this little patch of tranquility, and all these fields stay as fields. And all the wildlife has a place to stay here. Just really realise these are all Starlings ahead of me on the electric wires actually. I guess it's that time of year, maybe they have murmurations here as well. But there's a lot of them up there all singing away. Oh no. Is that rain or is that Starling? I don't know if I got too close. Oh right, I'm not going to investigate now. I shall look later. días. Oh, you don't look happy. Look at that face. Oh my goodness. All your friends are happy. Ah, not impressed. Interesting to note also, I haven't seen another single pilgrim today, or not that I've noticed anyway. This coastal path is a longer route through Santander, or around Santander anyway, so maybe people don't choose it for that reason, because the north route is also generally quiet. I imagine there's not that many people walking through the centre of town either, but I guess if I was staying at the more conventional albergues, hostels where pilgrims stay, I would have come across maybe more on the route. More happy cows. So I'm coming up to the Virgen del Mar beach. There's a building in front of me. If I turn around you might be able to see it. I think it's actually a huge cemetery from what I remember as it goes down to the beach. I've walked probably an hour or so and haven't come across anywhere that's open, or anywhere actually that isn't open, that exists for water. So I'm making a decision that I need to walk along here a little bit further, but then I'm going to have to head inland because I can't keep walking obviously without water. So I'm just walking into the village of San Juan de la Llanilla, if I can say it. See if I can find a bar here for water. Looks like there's something over there, so I'm going to go and see if it's open. This bar was open, thankfully, just behind the church, and managed to get some water and a café con leche. My legs are starting to hurt now. I think yesterday's 37 kilometres are catching up on me. So I'm going to see if there are any buses from here to possibly Santa Cruz de Bezana, where I can get on the train towards Mogro, or even a bus to Mogro, just to cut down the mileage today, so that I'm still able to walk. A bit of a moral to the story here on this northern route, particularly with it being out of season. I think it's quiet at the best of times, especially the coastal route, so take plenty of water with you. I thought I'd taken enough, but probably should have brought more. I don't want to be running out of water, and it's not even particularly hot today, so I did bring plenty of food supplies, so I'm not so concerned on that front, but definitely needing the water now. So yeah, come well prepared if you are going to walk this stretch with very few population centres along the coast. So despite what I was just told in the bar about being able to get a bus here to Santa Cruz de Bezana, the bus driver seems to think differently, so I'm just going to walk to Santa Cruz de Bezana, and from there I can get on the train to Mogro. So not the plan, but still going to be a fair few kilometres to get there today. San Cipriana, just check the maps. It looks like it's about a 44-minute walk to Santa Cruz de Bezana station to get on the train, so I'm doing that. Sheep in someone's front garden. Oh, I see. Oh, there's chickens there too. My goodness. Lots of them. Today has tested me, definitely. As did yesterday towards the end. The beginning was alright, the middle was fine, but I think the end was hard yesterday, so and I think I'm feeling the repercussions of that today, having done so many kilometres yesterday. I'm hoping now, from what I remember, tomorrow should be a much shorter day because I'm starting from Mogro, which is quite a few kilometres on from where a lot of people start. A lot of people start from here in Santa Cruz de Bezana, and then go on to Santa Yana, but I'll just be going from Mogro. I can't remember the exact number of kilometres, but I know it's a shorter day, so I'm kind of looking forward to that now. As much as I'm enjoying walking today, hasn't been fun near all the main roads. The bit by the coast was nice, but all these busy roads, at least there have been really good wide pavements along most of them, so that's a positive because you don't always get that back home. But yeah, obviously road walking is harder on the feet, less scenic, always looking out for traffic, so that's tested me. So about 25 minutes now to Basana, in theory. At least I can rely on the fact I have a bit of background knowledge of the train system, the cercanías, the trains that are local to Santander. So I know there's a really good line that goes between Mogro and Santander, and Bezana is one of the main stops. They go fairly regularly. It's at least every half an hour, if not more frequently. I can't remember now. So it's Tuesday, there should be plenty of trains. So once I actually get to Bezana, I shouldn't need to worry too much, and then I will hop on the train straight to Mogro. If I had been walking there, then I would have had to get on the train at a little tiny hamlet before called Bu de Pielagos, because there is a train, there is a bridge that goes over the estuary there, but it's only for the train. You're not allowed to walk over there, and I think some people do walk over there illegally, but it's now patrolled by police and obviously just not a safe thing to do. So it is recommended in all of the guides that you actually get on the train at Bu and get over to Mogro that way. So I'm just making that journey a little bit longer and saving my legs for tomorrow on the same route. I'm very happy to see this. That's the sign for the train station in Bafana, the local trains. So really hope it's just around the corner now. And there it is. Finally. Now I've got to find where I am staying for this evening, so short walk out the station, and I think it's pretty close. The place I'm staying is literally around the corner from here, 1 minute. So this is my treat. First one I've had since I've been here. So yes, I think this is well deserved. I shall check in a moment how many kilometres I've done, but it has been another tough one. Tomorrow will be shorter. Salud. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness I'm here. Good news, there's my hotel. Right next to the bar, actually. This is my room in La Joyuca del Paz, it's called. Pretty much next door to the station in Mogro. It's really beautiful and really pretty downstairs as well, very rustic. Just showing you a little bit of this hotel. This is my room here with the Cantabrian escudo on it, and the lady told me that Robayera is the name of one of the beaches that's near here. This is so pretty. Definitely the nicest place I've stayed so far.
little bit of luxury this evening after a couple of hard days. So we're going to the dining room now for some dinner. This is one of the kind of communal areas with the Cantabrian bears. Just really, really pretty, all of it. And through to the dining room. Wow, so gorgeous. Just to get this lovely salad. The host has prepared this for me. Out in Mogro there aren't many restaurants and nothing that's actually open at the moment. There's a bar next door, but they have no cook, so they're not serving food. I checked when I was in there earlier, and I didn't ask, but the lady offered, because I'm a pilgrim, to prepare some food for me, so how kind. This looks really delicious. Buenas tardes. I'm here in my hotel room. I've just had a lovely dinner downstairs in the dining room. I had a really interesting conversation with the lady here. We were talking about the development of Santander and how much it's changed over the last few years, and I was quite interested when I was walking today to hear about what locals actually thought of how things have changed. I mean, it's very much the same situation as back home, where after COVID, people have moved out to the villages, moved to the villages from London, not needing to commute into work, maybe just going into London once a week, and similar with here really, Madrid and so on. And people have bought up the land, all that land that I looked at today, and I was talking about how much it had changed and how different it was. And the feeling is very, very strong here as well about how much the countryside has been eaten up by the city. And climate change, something I thought about in the past also. I mean, in our country, how people who live in southern countries where it's becoming hotter and hotter in the summer, it's just going to become unbearable, unlivable, uninhabitable to be able to stay in those places. And of course, we're going to have more migration. And she was saying how exactly the same has happened here, how in southern Spain, people, and even just below Cantabria, so not far south from where we are now, are already moving up to the north, and that has fueled a lot of that development around Santander. And it's something I've thought about a lot in the past, and but never really had the opportunity to talk about it with somebody who actually lives here. So really interesting, sad, but not surprising. Really interesting day. Lovely to see some bits of this area that I haven't seen for a long time, and find out about the issues that are affecting the people that live here as well. Yeah, so that's that. And on that note, I shall say buenas noches, good night.